Hello guys, so I'm just here with another quick tip. I'm working on this Viking sword right here, and I need to start making the pommel. I've got all the rest of these parts fit, right? And I need to make the pommel piece on this. And these are a little bit weird because Viking swords aren't assembled like most other swords where the peen goes all the way through and then holds the whole sword together, or sometimes it's a threaded nut. And Viking swords, and this is an Anglo-Saxon, but same thing. There's what's called an upper guard and a lower guard, and the lower guard, or the upper guard rather, actually rivets to the pommel. So there'll be two rivets that run through this portion here, and that means that I need to be able to assemble the two. And since this is a curved surface, that can be a little bit of a pain. What I've come up with to do that is to first take my block and fit it nicely to the curve. Right? So now I have no light in there. It's a nice tight fit. Nothing moves. And then where my rivet hole goes through, you can see I have this set so that it won't rotate. I marked a hole and I drilled and tapped it 1/4 I made this little spacer thingy here, which is just flat sided because this is a little under 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to thread this in a little. Assuming I go straight in there anyway. Set that up. Now I can drop my pommel on there, or lower upper guard rather. Take a nut and hold this in place. What that does is it gives me a reference surface on the bottom here. From here I can start marking off perfectly square and fit this on my drawing so that it's straight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill 2 holes at an angle to this surface, so it'll be straight to this line. That way when I assemble everything, the pins will go straight in. Otherwise my pinholes would run this way, which would make putting the pins in difficult. Either I'd have to have blind holes and rivet them in the blind hole, which could make alignment a pain, or I would have to kind of pry them in and get them to fit. In originals, these are mostly hollow, and I'll hollow this out quite a bit. And they have like a staple that's brazed in, like that, and they kind of pry it in. But I have seen some of the originals in pictures where that staple is broken. So that tells me they probably broke reasonably common to break. And I'd rather not have this break, so I'm just going to braze in a couple of, or silver solder in a couple of pieces of rivet, but I'm not going to do it at an angle. I'm going to do it straight, and then when I rivet it, I can push the rivet heads over a little bit and make it look nice. So the next step for me, now that I have my holes laid out, I'm going to put this in the milling machine, but you could do this in the drill press, and then just drill straight down perpendicular to the base. I'm only going to go in a little bit, and I want to lay out these angles. So I've set my center line here, and I can set my overall height based on my drawing. I'm going to give myself a little bit extra. So my overall height's going to be about here, and then I can take my straight edge, sorry, messy bench, to my center. And I'm going to trim the outsides of these, I think, as well, to meet this. So, be about there, and there. And these need to get trimmed as well for that angle. Something like that. There we go. So now I know how deep I can come in, which is actually not all that deep. I only want to come in there maybe 3/8 of an inch, I think. Yeah. 5/16. We'll go in 5/16. That'll be enough to solder them in. All right, there you go.